We humans can be a bit touchy. We see animals that are small, fluffy, or straight up weird looking, and we just want to go and pet them. But the thing is, we shouldn't really be petting everything we see. From a floofy caterpillar and an ant that looks like a cute tiny panda, to a spiky one you might have almost stepped on. Here are 10 strange animals you should never touch.
So at about 8 milligrams, this threshold would be reached for about a 150-pound person.
Number 10. Fluffy caterpillar. Have you ever seen a fluffy creature and immediately felt the urge to touch it? That's what you'd feel if you ever came across a fluffy caterpillar in real life. But be warned, that's the opposite of what you should be doing. Most caterpillars are fairly harmless and just want to chomp on some leaves. But fluffy caterpillars aren't just fluffy to be cute. The fluff is actually setae, a bunch of tiny hairs that most humans are insanely allergic to. If you think that an allergic reaction is no big deal, it is. People that have made the mistake of touching this say that their skin immediately starts feeling like it's on fire. But that's not all they're about. On the inside, the fur are little spines, which carry literal venom. Yup, pet it hard enough and you'll actually get stung and would need to get treated for their poison. That's one fuzzy boy you should resist petting at all costs. Number 9. Panda ants. Pandas are pretty much the definition of the word cute. No matter what their size, you just want to go up to them and pet them. Now take that panda you really want to pet and shrink them down to tiny sizes, and you'll have the panda ants. These ants are, well, ants, but they look like super tiny pandas because of their fuzzy outsides. However, they do not carry any of the cute panda traits. If someone makes the mistake of touching one of these, they should be prepared for potentially getting stung. Their stings are so intense that you can really feel them piercing through your skin and making it to the muscle. But that's not it. After the stinger makes it through, the poison released is so intense that you'll feel it pulsing through your whole body for hours. A tiny ant that really packs a punch.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot. It actually works.
Number 8. Pufferfish. Pufferfish have always been known to be these cute little fish that scare very easily. A lot of people even go out of their way to scare these fish too, because when they're threatened, they puff up and become this cute ball of air. That's what most people know about pufferfish. What they don't know is that these guys are venomous. That too is not just a tiny sack of venom that you wouldn't notice. Each pufferfish carries inside it a venom that's 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide. So if this concoction comes in contact with a human, it'll end up going straight for the nervous system and shut it down from within, leaving the human paralyzed until they drown or just die because the inside of their body entirely shut down, whichever comes first. Each one of these fish carries so much poison that it can easily kill 30 adult humans and just be fine. If you happen to see one of these on your next swim in open waters, remember, don't touch it. Number 7. Wraparound spider. Imagine walking through a forest with trees all around you, and the one branch you grab for support is weirdly fuzzy. That would be no branch, but the wraparound spider. Yep, what sounds like the stuff of nightmares is actually the reality. These spiders are huge and can still go undetected. That's because they can flatten themselves and just wrap their whole bodies around a branch and hide in plain sight. If someone misses them and touches them instead, they're bound to get bitten. And well, that bite is going to hurt. So next time you're out in the woods, you might want to stay extra vigilant about every branch you touch. Number 6. Buff-tip moths. Whenever we think of dangerous creatures, it's always the big ones like lions and cheetahs, not insects, especially not moths, right? Well, the buff-tip moths are here to challenge that, and they mean business. These insects you need to stay away, because their hair can cause intense allergic reactions in humans. But staying away from them is the hard part, because they can be anywhere, even right in front of you. This moth can stand just motionless and look like a tiny branch. If you touch that tiny branch, expect to break out in a rash and possibly have trouble breathing. Most of the time, you won't even know what caused the reaction because of how good these insects are at hiding. A ninja in plain sight, waiting to stir up some trouble. Number 5. Mexican beaded lizard. Most lizards are creepy, But the Mexican beaded lizard has something cute about it. For some, it's how their bodies are kind of stumpy. For others, it's their round heads or their little eyes. But that cuteness is a facade to get their prey close enough for them to attack. When they do, they grab onto their prey and just keep biting them, pushing their venomous saliva to the wound they create. This lizard isn't poison enough to kill anyone, but that forever bite is bound to be very painful and will keep hurting for a long, long time. Number 4. Box jellyfish. There's something extremely intriguing about a box jellyfish. They have no vertebrae and pretty much look like floating nothingness, and that's what they are. But even then, they're strong enough to take anyone down in an instant. That might be hard to believe, but in those see-through bodies, they're hiding extremely potent venom. They have 15 tentacles, each of them has around 5,000 stingers. To annihilate the target, all they have to do is just get the tiniest portion of one tentacle on, but they don't play nice. They use at least one whole tentacle and inject venom into their victim with all 5,000 stingers at once. Their venom is so strong that it takes mere minutes for the target to start experiencing life-threatening side effects like nervous system shutdown or cardiac arrest. If they don't get help within a minute or two, it would become almost impossible to save them, and they would die a quick but very painful death. Number 3. Harvester ants. If you look at a harvester ant from afar, you probably wouldn't think it's anything special. But up close, you can get a glimpse of how these are insane killing machines, because that's exactly what they are. They're the most poisonous ants in the entire world. Not just that, but they're also very aggressive and will go after their target like their life depends on it. And when they get close enough, go ham with their stingers and keep injecting poison until they feel like they've subdued the target. If that wasn't bad enough, they'll also throw in a bite or two here and there, just in case the target even thinks of running away, making each second of your encounter with them hurt. Number 2. Northern stargazer. These strange animals tend to live at the very depths of the ocean, but sometimes it can make its way to the surface too. This is the northern stargazer, a fish that is pretty much a killing machine. It can bury itself in the sand within seconds, and when the sand settles, all you'll be able to see are 2 haunting eyes and the insane teeth they have. That too if you're looking really hard. They'll stay hidden and stalk their prey, and when it gets close enough, they'll jump out and use their giant mouths to swallow them whole. So those that try to break out of their grasp can't get very far, because northern stargazers can use their gills to electrocute their prey, paralyzing them long enough to eat them. Super scary beast of the ocean everyone should stay away from. Number 1. Sea urchin. How many of us have been on a nice stroll on the beach, and then bam, see a sea urchin right there waiting to be stepped on? A lot of the time, we don't even see the creature and realize it was there after we'd stepped on it. But it's a straight up master of disguise that knows exactly what it's doing. From the looks of it, the sea urchin just looks like these cute little sea creatures that are peacefully floating around in the sea or chilling on the beach, when in reality, they are unsuspecting poison bags. Unlike most poisonous animals that only release venom from one organ, they do it from 2. They also know how to do the most damage to their unsuspecting prey. At first, they'll go in with their spiky fins and cause puncture holes. Then, they'll release poison into these holes. If the puncture holes aren't treated on time, they can get infected and even damage all the nerves that came in contact with the poison forever. So next time you see a sea urchin in the wild, turn around and run far away from it. Alright, comment below if you would dare touch any of these animals. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Facts Junkie, and we'll see you in the next one.